The computer is taken over and it's going through its process.
Falcon 9, Dart, go for launch.
We just heard that final call that Falcon 9 and Dart are go for launch. T-minus 35 seconds and counting.
T-minus 30 seconds.
T-minus 20 seconds.
T-minus 15. 10.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And liftoff of the Falcon 9 and Dart on NASA's first planetary defense test to intentionally crash into an asteroid.
So we're getting a nice view of the onboard cameras from the Falcon 9. So you can see it looking towards the aft end of the first stage. And you can see those engines coming to life.
Stage 1 chamber pressure is nominal.
And Falcon 9 will be reaching max Q in just seconds, the moment of peak mechanical stress on the rocket.
And here in the Mission Data Center, we can feel the rumble from the Falcon 9, and it's always amazing to hear and feel.
Power and telemetry nominal.
We are in the first coast phase of the Falcon 9 second stage, of course still attached to the DART spacecraft. So it's going to be coasting for the next 20 minutes or so, give or take, and then second burn will get started. So we're going to keep an ear on things. But for now, we want to learn a little bit more about DART's mission. And to kick us off, we want to hear from the director of a new Hollywood movie about a cataclysmic comet.
I heard there's an asteroid. Tell me about it.
Hi, I'm Adam McKay, director of Don't Look Up. Our movie is about three scientists who tried desperately to warn the planet of an impending doomsday comet and are ignored. Our movie's made up. It's a comedy. But in fact, the brilliant scientists at NASA are actually launching a mission. It's called DART, the Double Asteroid Redirection Test. And what they're going to test is, can you send up a mission that can deflect an asteroid and steer it away from Earth if, God forbid, something like that were ever to happen? Remember to keep an eye out for it. It's going to be spectacular.
Thanks to Adam McKay of the soon-to-be-released science fiction comedy Don't Look Up. Folks, we are back inside the NASA hangar, and though the movie is not real, the Double Asteroid Redirection Test, or DART, is real, and we are ready to show you every aspect of this mission with the experts who know. So welcome back, everyone. I'm Daryl Nail, and with me is Kelly Fast, program scientist with the Planetary Defense Coordination Office. We hope you really enjoyed watching the launch. I know Kelly did, because as it was going up, you were going, go, go, pumping your fists.
That was so exciting to hear the rumble of the rocket noise come through the hangar here, but then just, again, being so excited for the team that has worked so hard on this. I know they are partying it up wherever they're watching from, and so I'm so excited for them.
Yes, especially that launch viewing location out there. I heard that it was a fantastic view, and that was pretty neat to see at least the first part of the landing where it was coming down and illuminated the ship. But even more so to see that DART spacecraft and the fairing come out. There it is, going to space.
Oh, I know we're not out of the woods yet. We still got to get that all the way out to Dimorphos, but this is a huge step along the way.
Absolutely. That is very important, because there is a lot more work to do to get this. And, of course, we're going to be tracking all of that. Going back to that movie trailer, Hollywood's always had fun with asteroids and, ending the Earth with one of them. But the movie's called Don't Look Up, but really, you're kind of evidence that we're looking up more now than ever.
I like that Adam McKay kind of put it into context, that it's fiction, it's a comedy, but in the real world, there's a lot of work going on with a lot of scientists looking for near-Earth asteroids, getting them cataloged. There's an international asteroid warning network. There's astronomers around the world doing this, and it's a big focus at NASA. And so it's the only natural disaster that we could prevent, an asteroid impact. And so why not use your capabilities to look, to the extent that you can, rack those up, and then do something like darts, that you've got a tool in the toolbox there.
Absolutely. And there's so much more to talk about. There are other ways, I've heard, that we could do this. This is one we're testing. We'll talk to Lori Glaze about that. And then we'll also have your close approach demonstration, which we're really looking forward to. So that's coming up in just a bit. So in the next hour, we are going to tell you everything you ever wanted to know about asteroids and break down the DART mission from A to Z. And we're going to start with an overview of this mission.
In case there was an asteroid coming towards Earth and you're there, you can actually stop it. I mean, that's kind of fantastic.
NASA is crashing a spacecraft into an asteroid.
What? You think science fiction, but this is real. Never in my life would I have thought I would take a couple $100 million spacecraft and crash it into an asteroid. My name is Michelle Chen.
I'm Lena Adams.
My name is Kelly Fast.
I'm Andy Rifkin.
I'm Justina Sorovitz, and I help tell the story of the DART mission.
I'm a planetary defender.
And I study how the orbits of asteroids change after we hit them with spacecraft.
My job was primarily to make sure all the systems on the spacecraft work together.
The DART mission is NASA's first test of a planetary defense technique called kinetic impactor.
DART is the double asteroid redirection test.
It's just a spacecraft that is going to go and smack an asteroid.
The moonlet Dimorphos, which orbits the asteroid Didymos.
And see if we can change its trajectory just a little bit.
In order to show that we can deflect incoming asteroids if we need to.
DART will only be changing the period of the orbit of Dimorphos by a tiny amount.
But in space, just a little bit is just enough to make an asteroid actually miss us.
In the event that an asteroid is discovered well ahead of time before it might impact Earth.
Behind me, you see the spacecraft.
It's really cool to see it coming together in real life.
It is fantastic to see it in real life.
To see it turn from ideas into real pieces that are going to go into space.
The solar arrays will actually roll out to 28 feet in length.
Once the solar arrays are deployed, it's going to be the size of a school bus. As the solar array opens out, it's going to swing out in this direction. The asteroid's only 2 football fields in size.
We're flying at over 6 kilometers a second.
30 days out, we see 1 pixel on our field of view.
You can see Didymos and Dimorphos as 1 point of light.
About 4 hours out, our spacecraft becomes autonomous.
And then that's where everything gets really exciting.
You actually are seeing impact.
We're super excited and nervous as well.
I feel really honored and humbled to be working in an area of science that has such a broader impact, figuratively and literally.
So dark. The dinosaurs are made completely extinct by an asteroid impact so many years ago. Here we are, we can actually do something about it. I think this is just wonderful.
And as was mentioned in there, this is the first planetary defense mission. And this is your office we're talking about, Kelly. So for the audience out there that doesn't understand or hasn't heard of this before, what is the Planetary Defense Coordination Office? What do you do?
Well, right. Well, NASA's actually been working on near-Earth asteroid research since 1998, so this has been going on a long time. But in 2016, it was really formalized more in the creation of this Planetary Defense Coordination Office, which is in the Planetary Science Division at NASA headquarters. And it takes that legacy near-Earth object observations program, all the, the finding them part of the program, and then combines that with these other activities like DART, like the development of the Near-Earth Object Surveyor Space Telescope, like our interagency collaborations like we saw with FEMA there, our international collaborations, and formalizing all of that and leading the Planetary Defense Coordination Office. Lindley Johnson, we say he's got the coolest title in the solar system as NASA's Planetary Defense Officer.
All right, and he sure does. I enjoy listening to him in that interview earlier. Now, throughout the show, we will be taking the most popular questions NASA gets about asteroids and posing them to experts like Kelly. This next question is for NASA expert Marina Brozovic. When was the last time an asteroid hit Earth?
Well, the answer depends on whether you're asking about small or large impacts, because Earth gets hit all the time. But luckily for us, the vast majority of these impactors are small, and they just burn in the atmosphere. The most significant fireball event in over 100 years occurred over Russia in 2015. We actually got hit by an asteroid that was the size of a small building, and that one disintegrated about 20 kilometers above the city of Chelyabinsk. And it deposited a fair number of meteorites on the ground. And I happen to have a piece of that Chelyabinsk impactor right here in my hand. But what about big impacts? The ones that leave craters tens of kilometers wide and cause huge amount of devastation. We have to go far back in time for such an event. And those old craters are not easy to spot, because by now they're heavily eroded, they're filled with sediment, or they can be at the bottom of the ocean. But to keep the long story short, small impacts, they happen all the time, especially given that about 15,000 tons of space dust hit Earth every year.